how to deal with anger from narcissistic abuse. Well, anger is not exactly the easiest emotion to process. It's kind of a complex emotion, and the more you continue to be angry, the more it kind of builds up and boils over and stews within your body, which can create a slew of health problems. So this is very bad for your body, your organs, your nervous system, central nervous system, which consists of your brain and spine. Can cause problems with your heart, and it's just extremely bad for your body. So you need to find a release for the anger. Several of the things that I would suggest is, first of all, it is essential that if you are in an environment that it is causing you to be angry, you obviously first have to get out of the environment that is the root cause of the problem, because it is very hard to, even if you try solutions for dealing with anger, but then you have to continuously keep going back to the environment that's causing you to be angry, then you're only going to temporarily resolve the problem. You want to sort of uproot the problem from the ground. You want to completely resolve the issue. So, first off, I would suggest that talking to someone, getting what is making you angry, getting that off your chest, because when you release it to someone else, you actually feel more, almost like you were holding a weight, like you were holding 50 pounds on your back, and you put the weight on the ground and you released it. You got it off your chest. You told someone else what was going on, whether that be a social worker, a friend. Talk to someone trustworthy about what is going on. And if you do not have anyone to speak to, you can write it down, which also, it kind of like allows you to process what's going on, to kind of just directly face what it is that's bothering you and what is stressing you out, what is causing the anger. Just either talk to someone and tell them, or write it down. Then the other things for dealing with anger, of course, is exercising, which is a great way of releasing all of the pent-up stress and anger and getting it out of your system. Things like doing something like boxing, hitting a heavy bag is obviously extremely good. You can just pretend that bag is the person that caused you harm or the abuser. You can just take all your anger and rage out on the heavy bag. So, things like that, but any form of exercise, if you have injuries, or you're more in an older population and you may not be able to go 100%, or some of these MMA or boxing may be a little too extreme for you, there's plenty of other more low impact exercises like yoga, tai chi, just kind of mild stuff, walking, any kind of, you could go to a gym, take like Zumba classes, things like that, if you want to just go and release some energy, and you'll just feel light and relaxed, and the anger will subside, because as we know, we can't all go take the law into our own hands, even though it seems like putting a bullet in between some of these people's eyes wouldn't be a bad idea. We really can't just go take the law within our own hands, because, I mean, the anger is to such a degree that, believe me, many of us would like to turn towards violence, but that's not really a practical solution, as we don't want to ruin our own lives for someone who doesn't deserve 1 second of our time. So the more feasible, more practical solutions are to try exercising, or definitely talking it out, talking to friends, someone who's trustworthy. You only need really one person, one trustworthy ear to listen, to get these things off your chest. So the main thing, you have to get away from the situation that's causing the anger. Secondly, you have to discuss the situation so that you can mentally process it and figure out what is causing the anger, what is, you need to know the root cause in order to resolve it. And thirdly, you want to do things that release the anger, such as exercising, that get your heart rate going, get oxygen pumping throughout your blood and up to your brain, and that kind of clears out the stress from your system for building up. And that's why you do it. You exercise regularly, because then, someone might piss you off that's just totally unrelated to the narcissists. You might have some road rage incident, or just some random thing happen at the store that pisses you off, and then so the anger is constantly, you need to constantly address these things. So that's why you exercise regularly. If you exercise today, then something stresses you out tomorrow, then you exercise the next day. So you constantly have a handle on different stressful situations that are happening to you. So I believe that's the best way to deal with anger.